Vinod. I've been with Tetherfi for over 11 years now. I have great experience around the customer experience and contact centers for over 15 years now. So, as I said before, um, I've had the unique advantage of seeing personally how the customer experience domain has evolved, right? From what the customers' demands are, what the customers' expectations are in terms of service, has seen a massive shift. So I've been through this journey and learned along and hopefully delivered value to a lot of our customers in this region. So I'm based in Singapore and I manage all our strategic customers in this region, including Indonesia, right? All the Southeast Asia customers. So that's me. And Tetherfi, we are basically a omni-channel solution provider, right? We bring in a unified platform that brings customer interactions through various channels into a single platform. I think more details down in further slides below, right? In terms of what is the differentiating factor and where we come in, right? So before we delve into the amazing, no, the area of customer experience, I just want to let everyone know that this is not a one-way conversation. The beauty of any technology sharing session is the collaboration and the engagement, right? So welcome queries and questions from everyone, and would like to engage and see how we can, enhance our knowledge about the trends in customer experience, right? Thanks for that. So before I go deep inside, I think one of the hottest buzzwords in the industry is AI, right? So I think even Eric mentioned this. So one of the key things is we strongly believe that AI provides the tools for any enterprise to be able to scale faster, right? Uh, but at the same time, when it comes to customer experience, it's the human interaction, right? It's the real human interaction, and what is the intelligence you can build around that is what is key to delivering a great customer experience, right? AI is there to help or assist the organization's scale to be able to deliver to a large customer experience domain. But at the same time, it's the human interactions that plays a key part, and we strongly believe that is what we are going towards, right? So, a quick overview of the landscape of customer experience today. You can broadly categorize them into two parts, right? One is the CX itself, which is the customer experience. So if you see the customers' purchasing decisions today, a majority of a purchasing decision is determined by the factor called experience. What is the customer's experience with the brand, right? Is it a positive experience, and what is the ease of doing business or the ease of doing transactions with the organization, right? These play a very key part in the customer's decision towards a brand, right? So customer experience is no longer just a support or a service that the organization provides. It's in fact boosting revenues. It's whether you give a good customer experience and boost your revenues, or if the customers find it difficult or inconvenient to use your service, it drops. The sales basically drops, and there are real statistics that are showing this today, right? So that's one key aspect of customer experience. And on the other side, how can the customer self-service a variety of things, right? And at the same time, be assisted by an agent at the right time, assisted by a human at the right time for the right topics, right? Not everything can be self-serviced. At the same time, I think with the advent of AI, it's believed that AI will, kind of be able to answer or respond to any customer queries. But it's important to understand how enterprises can blend them in a way where customers can self-service certain things that they want without the need to be able to talk to an agent. And at the same time, how can the organizations bring in the digital aspect of customer experience and be able to digital touch point with customers and provide the self-service and agent assisted channels to be together, right? That's the key blend that organizations need to bring in the CX side. Now, on the other side, if you see below, right, the other key aspect of providing a good customer experience is empowering your agents, is empowering your internal employees with the right set of tools, right? So that's where AX comes in, right? So there is a lot of, especially with the pandemic, I mean, it has kind of shown the world that things are possible to be done remote, right? It's not mandatory, or there is a choice again, right? We talked about customers' choice of brand or customers' choice of channel, and at the same way, agents' choice of, let's say, even location, right, where they work from, and how hybrid or how can you support your employees in giving them the right tools and flexibility. And that goes a long way in how your agent can service your customers better, right? Uh, it's clearly seen in some of the recent happenings, as we can see. But there is a key aspect to it is the data privacy, right? A lot of these organizations deal with sensitive information, customer information, and we have seen huge, internal thefts and data privacy becoming a key topic. So when you talk of AX and giving the flexibility of people to work from home or work from remote locations and service customers, the key aspect is to see how can you secure, how can you ensure that the customer's data is secured, right? So these are two broad landscape items that organizations and enterprises need to consider in their CX journey, right? It's not just the CX part; it's a bit of agent experience and it's a bit of data privacy. All these put together is the right landscape to be looking at customer experience as, right? So on this, like I said, now let me keep to the customer side first, right? Omni-channel is a very generic term that's being used, but if I have to put it in certain use case and how and where it plays an important part, like I think Eric mentioned, we're all customers as well, right? All of us here are customers as well. So as a customer, the channel that I would like to use will differ from situation to situation. During travel, let's say I'm commuting to work or I'm commuting elsewhere, I wouldn't probably want to be taking a phone call and trying to raise my query to my service provider. Rather, I would prefer to have a text based support, right? Certain specific situations like customers needs emotional support, like I mentioned about losing a card. It happened to me that I had lost my card once, and the first thing you will want is to talk to someone, because that person on the other line is going to soothe you and he's going to tell, uh, dear customer, don't worry, right, I'm going to block your card and we'll issue you a new one, right? So that the human interaction part that I talked about, where the emotional aspect of things comes into picture. So that requires a voice channel. There are certain inquiries where, let's say, the millennials and the modern generation prefer to be getting information over social messaging, right? Anything that happens with the organization, they would like to first interact on social media. I had this experience with so and so brand, and one of the good things is that I see as a trend is that both good and bad get highlighted these days, right? If you provide a bad experience, definitely customers make sure that it's known to a wider forum. And at the same time, you provide a good experience, it is also right shared in different forums like social media, right? So that is a very key for organizations today to tap onto, right? It's no longer just another a side channel. It's a very key channel for organizations to be monitoring and responding, because a majority of the newer generations are going to be interacting through those digital channels, right? And how can customers self-service themselves? What are the various channels through which I can self-service certain things myself, right? Not having to go to a branch. With the advent of digital banks, pure digital only banks, right? In fact, Indonesia has been the pioneer, where the first in the region, I would say, to introduce fully digital banks, right? So we have seen the kind of journey that has been put to customers, where it's branchless. You don't need to go to a branch. You download my mobile app. You can open up an account, or you can get onboarded into our system through there. You can do so. One of the aspects in this journey is the verification. How do you KYC a customer? How do you make sure the authentic customer is getting onboarded, right? So that's where video has been one of the channels that's been introduced, and it's really helped right? Bank the unbanked, right? People from remote locations to don't have to travel to branches to be able to have an association with the bank, right? That's the digital advantage that this channel brings in, right? So that way, there are a variety of channels that customers would use in variety of situations. But the key is how, as an organization, you can tap onto it, right? If you're using multiple systems for each of these, right, the agent is not going to find it easy, right? I'm going to get a chat in system A and I'm going to suddenly pick up a call and put my headset on and talk to a customer. And then I open an Outlook and respond to customer emails. So that way, I think we are making the life of the agent difficult. So like I mentioned, one of the key things is, you take care of your employees and they take care of your customers. That's right. That's the mantra, right? So with this, if the agent is empowered with a platform where the customers' interactions are all integrated and unified into a single platform, that would massively increase the productivity of the agent. And that in turn will result in good customer experience, right? Imagine wait times getting shorter for a customer who's trying to get in touch with an organization, right? So that's a massive turnaround in the whole customer experience. So that's where omnichannel is a very basic need today. I would say it's not just good to have, right? Having a unified omnichannel experience to customers is a basic need today. Expectation is almost like, oh, this is taken for granted. I expect this to be provided, right? So a simple use case, right? If I were to put through the different channels that we saw on the previous slide in terms of a journey, if you want to see it like a journey, and this is from one of our real implementations, actually, right? So a telecom customer, right? So if you can see through the use case, you'll actually see how the different channels come into picture, right? So let's say a customer has an issue with the Wi-Fi router or whatever he uses at home, right? So he can quickly get on to uh, certain digital channels that's available, like let's say a mobile app through which he tries to do some self troubleshooting, right? Uh, at the same time, let's say if he's not able to proceed with the instructions that's provided or self service that's provided, in real time, an agent gets connected to him over a video call, right? And during the video call, the system is able to identify and quickly authenticate the customer. Okay, this is who are you, right? And the agent is then immediately on the spot able to help the customer solve his problem. This is by using video. This is by using co-browsing and asking the customer, oh, can you do this, can you do that, and can I see your router, is this connected, right? So this is a real use case that I'm talking of here, which has been implemented by a telco customer in this region. And what that they saw is the dispatch of support engineers, right? Technical support engineers came down by 50% or more in the first few months of getting such a service on. And to the customer, if you see, it's a massive shift in the customer experience. I don't need to book an appointment. I don't need to wait for a support engineer to be dispatched, and he comes home. I need to be available when he's coming, right? Whereas if you look at this particular use case, it's whenever the customer is available, you're servicing him. It's the other way around, right? So it's the ease of doing business, right? If I'm not at home, okay, anyway, I know I have a problem. I'll do it late in the evening, right? So the ease of the customer to be able to decide when he wants to get the service and be able to do it right from the premises of his place and his time, all has played a great part, right, in terms of the NPS or customer satisfaction increase. It has also reduced in terms of cost, right, to be dispatching the number of support engineers. It's a key cost saving to the service center, right? So this is not just what we are trying to envision, right? And talking about a real use case and how it has helped. So that's the power of digital customer experience and what having the required tools helps organizations with, right? So if I were to now talk about how this blends with the agent side of it. So as you can see, our platform, the Vision AI platform, one of the key products that we have, it has a certain elements of customer experience where using SDKs and using APIs, either partners or customers themselves can integrate and provide self-services channels on the digital side, right? Be it web or be it mobile app, native apps, Android, iOS, right? And from there, seamlessly bring the customer and engage with a real agent, a live agent, or a video session or an audio session. The choice is there, right? Depending on the use case, depending on your business value, the channel of choice is there, right? And at the same time, the same Vision AI platform extends to the inside, right? To the internal, the employee side, where you're securing the customer's premise in terms of, uh, what are the tools on his desktop? Is the data on the screen safe, right? And how can he collaborate with the supervisor? Because one of the major things probably I feel is taken for granted in this customer experience domain is the agents, what the agents go through, right? Customers share their frustration a majority of time to the agents on whatever channel they're interacting with, right? So it's important that the agent has the right tools to be able to collaborate, get the required help from the supervisor or from the team, and be able to service the customer. And that's key, right? We in fact even have the ability whereby the supervisor can monitor from the emotional state of the agent to see that does he need a break now? I think he's exhausted. He looks to have had a bad call. I need to probably go and help him out here, right? So that's the part where we are leveraging the Vision AI on the internal and making sure the agent and the employee gets the required support to be able to service the end customer better, right? So that's the value what this platform we are trying to bring in and help
Yeah.
enterprises with. A quick summary of the
Okay.
sorry, Andy.
Go ahead. This is the last slide, right?
Probably a couple of them. Yeah, I'll quickly finish.
Okay.
So a quick overview of the stack. Basically, I don't want to go through each of the boxes here, but you can see on top is where the customer touch points are. You have the legacy channels and you have the digital channels and the long text-based channels, right? So we have connectors for each of these, and we have the central engine layer, the interaction workflow, which basically provides the self-service capability for variety of channels, be it voice or be it text-based. And then comes the agent side. So you basically fall back from a self-service to an agent. So the unified agent experience is the multimedia agent console here, and it basically has a unified platform with calling capability, and we have all the connectors to external systems. We talk about CRMs, we talk about NLP engines, and backend right APIs to retrieve certain custom information and provide. So all of these are custom connectors that are available, right? And the data from the entire system is fed into platforms like uh, workforce management, because all this data is required to be planning how the agents are required, when are the peaks, what are the time when you need more people. So all of that data is being fed into external systems as well, right? So with this, quickly to summarize, the advantage or the value that we bring in is that it's digital first, right? Mobile, web, or any digital first is our goal, and at the same time, we can coexist with legacy systems, right? So that's the key where you want to go the digital journey, and at the same time, we can coexist with existing telephony, and there's no rip and replace, right? You have a platform today. We would always not want the customers to rip and replace, but we can coexist and provide the digital capabilities on top of it. And the whole architecture is built in a way that it's modular. It's not necessary that you have to buy the entire stack or you have to use the entire solution suite, right? You use probably chat and video. You use only email and SMS or voice and email, right? So it's a modular built architecture that allows customers to choose and plug and play depending on how they build, right? So there is this build, run, and jog and run, right? You can decide how you move fast, right? So that's the quick what I wanted to share today, and thanks for this. Looking forward to the questions.